to be here. I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I am a Jewish lawyer. For some reason, people don't seem to believe that those two descriptives fit me. Like as if I don't look smart enough to be an attorney, and as if I don't look Jewish enough to be Jewish. Like, what is that? I mean, that is so discriminatory, right? I mean, it's like super prejudiced. Like, just because I don't have dark hair and dark eyes, and I mean, I just feel like that's totally racist. I mean, all right, fine. I was adopted. But growing up in a Jewish family, not looking Jewish, presented problems for us. Like, people never thought that I belonged with my parents, so we'd be out in public, and people would come up to me and say, "Are you okay? Do you need us to help you find your parents?" Like, this little Jewish couple kidnapped me as revenge on the Aryan race. We're gonna take one of yours. The Jewish women in my family all had surgery to get rid of their Jewish noses, and my parents were trying to figure out how to get me one. My mom was so self-conscious about the fact that I didn't look like I was hers, that in her desperation, she started sewing us matching outfits. And they were so hideous. She had one pattern. They were bell-bottoms when bell-bottoms were already out of style. And they were this disgusting, thick, super stretch polyester with an elastic waistband. They were absolutely hideous. We looked absurd together. And we went on a family trip out west in our station wagon. And whenever we would stop at motels, my parents would wash our clothes in the sink and then lay them out on the radiator to dry. And our matching pants melted. But they didn't just get singed, they melted in the waffle pattern from the radiator of the Howard Johnson's motel. And I showed my dad, "Look, you see, please don't make me wear this anymore." And they cut them and made them into shorts. So I have a brother who was a year older than me, who was also adopted, and my parents would take us to the bank, and like good Jewish parents, they would go over our bank account and the interest that had been accrued. But my brother had a much, much larger bank account than I ever had, like exponentially larger. And my parent explained to me that it was because my brother had a bris, where apparently people give you a ton of money. And I told them, I want a bris. And they said, no, you can't have one. I'm like, well, why not? Fair is fair. And they said, well, it's because a bris is when a Jewish boy is circumcised. And I said, well, I want to be circumcised. And they said, no, you can't. And they said, you see, circumcision and a bris is when all of the family and friends come to the synagogue, and there's a moil. Think of a rabbi with a knife who cuts off skin from the baby boy's penis. Oh, okay, well, I don't understand why everybody has to be there, but I have skin. How much do you need? And my parents said, no, you can't be circumcised. It's only for boys. Like, what? That is so not fair. Like, I don't want to be a boy. I mean, come on, I want to be circumcised. And my mother, Gail, just started to freak out. Oh my gosh, Larry, our little girl wants to be a boy. She wants to have a sex change. Like, what? No, I don't want a penis. I just want the bank account. So I finally went to my first bris. It was my nephew's, and all of the family was there in the sanctuary of the synagogue and as the audience. And they put the baby up on the altar like they were preparing to have him sacrificed, with his parents watching as witnesses. And this is not done in a hospital. There is no anesthesia. So in lieu of that, they douse a rag and put it in the baby's face, like to get him hopefully inebriated enough that he wouldn't feel anything. Well, he felt it, and so they kept dousing him with wine. You didn't see the cutting, and you didn't have to, because the look of horror on the parents' faces was enough for me to realize my brother didn't have enough in his bank account. That's all for me. Thanks so much.